710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Seahawks coming and going. The season's ended. Bob's got the list there of the 18 Seahawks free agents, unrestricted free agents that between now and March the 4th, only the Seahawks can talk to. They got all their chance to deal with them, and there are some guys who are obviously more important than others. And there's a couple of guys in that list that after hearing Pete talk about what he thinks about for the team going forward, I'm not so sure are going to be guys that are going to be re-signed that might have been automatic thinkers. And here's where I'm going, Rockstar. We know Marshawn Lynch is a guy we figure they're going to be interested in.
Priority.
Red Bryant.
Priority.
Kind of the same thing. But one of the things Pete Carroll said today when we carried his press conference at 1 o'clock was a need for speed on defense. And he particularly pointed out the linebacker position as a place where he was looking at it. And lo and behold, 2 of your 3 starters at linebacker are free agents. I wonder if that bodes ill in any way for Leroy Hill, maybe even more so than David Hawthorne, who is a guy with some speed.
Well, you've got 5 linebackers who are going to be unrestricted. You've got Heath Farwell, you've got David Hawthorne, Leroy Hill, Matt McCoy, and David Vobora.
Well, Farwell, special teams guy that I think they'd like to keep because of the impact that he had.
And Hawthorne had just kind of an odd year. I think he was dealing with an injury of the knee throughout the year. So I don't think it was the year anybody expected from him. I don't know how the coaches view it if they look at him.
Still at 100 tackles.
Yeah. But I think, if they're... It's hard to read through the, kind of decipher what Pete means with some of his comments. He's a little vague, but I think you'll definitely see probably 2 of these guys back.
He said more speed at linebacker, which surprised me, which tells me that more so than Hawthorne, that Leroy Hill might not be back.
But there's some interesting names on here. Michael Robinson, right?
Pro Bowl fullback. Fits with your program completely. You want to keep him.
John Carlson.
I think John Carlson, see you later.
He said in the press conference for sure. Oh, yeah, we'd for sure love to have him back. So that gives you Carlson with Zach Miller, with Cameron Mora, and McCoy.
I mean, you said that, but I don't see it.
You don't see that. All right. No. How about the fill-ins who did a great job? Paul McQuiston, or McQuiston as he likes to call him, or Breno Giacomini?
Of those 2, I think Breno might well be your starting right tackle. Another thing that Pete talked about in his press conference today was James
Carpenter
being out maybe for 9 months total and being able to come back when training camp started. So if he's out and he's going to miss everything, the way Giacomini's playing, he may be your starting right tackle. I think you need to keep him.
Yeah. And then the other name, Raheem Brock is a guy who's had a very disappointing season. You figure he's probably gone. Anthony Hargrove, I think, has a role on this team. A lot of it's going to depend on how much money they're
I think he's going to be very attractive to other teams, and I don't think they can put a $25, $30 million contract in front of him.
Yeah, and Atari Bigby is a guy who I thought was big on special teams. You look back, there are a lot of plays he made out there. I don't know what kind of money he's going to command, but I thought he had a nice role on this team. You'd love to see him come back.
I thought more than that, he was he kind of replaced the Lawyer Malloy veteran in that secondary.
So how many must guys do you see here?
Marshawn's a must.
Red
Bryant is a must.
I think the 2 offensive linemen are must, considering what they did.
I think Breno's a must. McQuiston, although,
did a nice job. Plugged him in all over the place.
He's got such value to you. Right, he played left tackle as well as playing right guard. One of those 2 guys you want to bring back, I think, for sure. Breno's the guy. I think he might be your starting right tackle next year.
But the biggest question, what do you do with Charlie Whitehurst?